Hey guys, here with a new hero on Korean Lost Saga. This is Hero 134. Jumper is a legendary rare character, so it will cost you a little bit extra, but kind of worth it. So let's check him out here. So 4-hit basics. 4th hit will launch. Pretty simple and straightforward. You can do some more basics after this and keep it going, but it doesn't launch it up again and knocks it back a little bit more. So pretty average basics, not too bad. Your hold D uses your 100-meter passive. When you trigger your hold D, you rush forward and grab someone. It uses 30-meter of your 100-meter passive bar, and you can do it up to about 3 times, given that it takes 30 per cast, and you'll end up with 10 at the end. If you do it 3 times in a row, it's just going to flatten them on the ground on the 3rd one. Otherwise, you can get it in a few hits, but when you get to that 3rd one, it's going to just lay them down flat on the ground. So, pretty awesome move there. It does look a little bit lag sensitive for you non-Korean versions that happen to have lag. So hopefully it does work, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it because it does kind of remind me of Michael, which tends to not work for a lot of us. But if it does work, it's pretty good. Pretty darn good. So yeah, the hold D, it animates like this. Pretty simple and straightforward. Nice little range on it as well, so pretty fair. And you can mix this in between your basics and everything too, so it's pretty nice. Dash attack. So you have a 3-hit dasher, 1 simple flinches on the first 2, and the 3rd hit will do a feint. So nice little feint there. Pretty handy dandy. About what you would expect out of a simple and straightforward 3-hit dasher. Not too bad. Neither of the basics or the dash attacks lifts, so you'll end up having to use your hold D in order to juggle off your feints and everything. You can actually use your hold D while you're running as well, so you can do it in between your dashers as well, so that can be nice to surprise people. Your jump attacks, so 1, 2, 3, it's a 3-hit jumper. You can't jump cancel your basic attacks, by the way. The 3rd hit of the jumper will slam down, no bounce down. If you happen to hit the 3rd hit while they're standing, it'll simply knock down, and the first 2 hits just pretty much are flinchers, so the air attacks leave something to be desired, but once again, you can use your hold D in the air, which can be nice. It has pretty good hurt box on it, hitbox. So yeah, that can be nice. You can also double jump on jumper as well, so if you want to just get the passives going, that's your main goal. He's pretty much an average fighter outside of the passives. So let's check out the defensive capabilities real quick. You have a counterattack, and that's about it. So counterattack, 1, 2, 3, count the robot hits. Counterattack's pretty simple and straightforward. Not too quick, but not too slow either. There is slower out there, so that does work as a pretty fair counter. I wouldn't say it's the best though. So on to the skills. Your weapon skill. You summon up a little orb that sucks people in, and you can carry them around in that orb, and then probably edge them because it pulls down like it has some gravity to it. It also sucks in quite a few people. It's a little bit buggy for me at the moment, but oops, that's the armor. I didn't mean to use that. Alright, forget that, guys. I just screwed up really crazy there. So here's the weapon skill again. Suck up a bunch of people, and if you happen to do it over land, they will simply fall down onto the ground. They'll be slammed into the ground. I'm not sure if it's headband recoverable or not. And you can trigger this a little bit early if you're worried about getting hit in the back or something. So it's a really nice skill, and it's very good. It hits grounded and hits a lot of people, so nice stuff. Your armor skill. Armor skill, you throw out this little targeting reticule, which goes pretty much, it seems like it'll go the entire map for the HQ. It might go even farther than that in other maps. But you trigger this on this person, they'll swap positions with you, and they'll kind of go flying, which is kind of interesting. If you do it standing, your standing version is really nice. You'll get this nice persistent stun effect, which means you'll be able to do the full 4-hit combo probably. Or ideally, you would go into your 3-hit dasher off of that for a nice feint, which will allow you to set up your hold D juggles really easily and a little extra damage. So nice there. You can also do it way up in the air to create some fall damage opportunity, drop damage. Didn't quite get it there, but if you combine it with your trinket, it can create that opportunity. Your helmet, summon one little orb in front of you and one wherever you like. A targeting reticule allows you to do that, and if your target is like in one of the little portals, they'll swap to wherever you put the other targeting reticule. And you also get a little speed boost once you do this as well, so it can be pretty nice for that. Let's go ahead and knock Dev K into this thing just to show off how it works. So there he goes. So if you get them in that as well, they'll get the persistent stun status, which is awesome to have. Again, you get that full combo out of your 3-hit dasher and all that. Or you can swap to another character that does heavy damage and use that, or use the gear itself on another character. So trinket takes a little bit of getting used to. When you trigger your trinket, you go into this little sequence where you do this back and forth system there, and you can end up putting someone having drop damage. You can also combine this with one of your other gears and do some nice stuff. It's kind of tricky, guys. It's like a kind of like a back and forth, weird timing kind of thing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing half the time with it. Let's try again. I'm gonna try to get the full thing here. Here we go. Okay, now I'll use the armor and swap up, and that'll do fall damage on him, and he'll actually go off the ledge there. So that worked out pretty nicely there, so pretty cool. So when you combine those two things, it turns out really well. So yeah, guys, Jumper is actually pretty decent. I wouldn't call him anything amazing per se. I know this whole D mechanic is pretty insane itself, but you know, we've kind of seen that with stuff like Michael before. I think he's more accessible than Michael, because this is a lot easier than what Michael does. As long as it's not lag sensitive. Again, that could be a problem, but you know, it's easier to manage that one than Michael's passive, I would say, and it comes back quicker as well. So he trumps Michael in terms of passive usage, unless you're trying to like do that old drop damage thing. I don't think he'll ever be able to do that, but it does work out, and he has really good skills as well. The weapon skills pretty darn decent. Great for crowds and all that. You can edge people quite easily with it and get rid of like tied up prisoners and all that, so it's pretty nice. But apart from that, you know, he's got average stuff. His dashers are average, you know, they don't even lift off feints and stuff. His basics are pretty darn average. You know, just a lot of things about him are very average. His jump attack is average. His counter attack is average. You know, it's Mr. Average despite the passive and the skills. So, Mr. Passive and Mr. Skills, I would call the Jumper. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I thank you guys for watching. See you next video.